Black mass, man, it's time to rock. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Black mass, man, it's time to rock. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God.
I woke up, then I logged in to that Urban X where they be flexing with that blog in. Put it down, cause my little homie called in. Had to bail him out, he in trouble with the law again. Black skin can't win in the white world. Seen a brother kill his own kid for that white girl. We ain't wanna go to school, but we had to. Every February it was scary in them classrooms. Shimmy y'all, shimmy yay. Old dirty bastards can't own dirty slaves, so they own dirty masters. Black Dot found a pot as a youngin', broke it down for his son, and now he serve it to the masses.
Black mass, man, it's time to rock. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Black mass, man, it's time to rock. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God.
Urban excellence, a product of my residence. From 4 to 44, Obama was the president. I told mama I ain't tryna go to church. I'm like Adam, every Adam is a product of the dirt. And I've been reaping what he sowed. I got the product, got the dirt. And I can teach you what I know, but then you gotta put in work. You in trouble if you waiting on the government. I told my bro I make it out the hood, and that's a covenant.
Peace. What is good, everybody? What is good? Welcome back to another episode 544 of the Urban X Podcast. Thank you guys for joining us. All right, we're your hosts. I'm Malcolm. This is the artist formerly known as the Black Dot. We're here with you guys in the building. What's good?
Man, everything is great. Glad to be alive. Just excited about life, bro. Life is good.
Yeah.
For some of us are kicking up dirt.
Jesus.
Some of us are trying to get out of the jail.
Yeah.
Free Diddy. Right?
Jeez.
So there's a lot going on. But I'm doing great. I first want to open up and say on next Saturday, April 18th, I will be at the world famous Nicholas Bookstore. There's a fundraiser taking place because they're trying to, of course, gentrify. Sorry about that, Malcolm. We had to get rid of you for a second.
Look at me. I got it.
You know what I mean? And so the community is coming together because for years, Monique has done an amazing job of opening her doors for everyone to have a platform. So headed by Dr. James Small, it's going to be Blue Pill in the building, KT the Arts Degree, Sister Ella will be in the building, Narubi Selah, and yours truly, the Black Dot, will be in the building November 18th from 12 to 9. It's an all-day event. So if you are in the New York, New Jersey, Connecticut area. Huh?
What date?
The 18th, Malcolm.
You said November 18th just now.
Okay, well, you know I'm slow.
Yeah, okay. Just saying.
Okay, April 18th.
Okay.
Scan the code. Just scan the code, ladies and gentlemen, and all the information will be there. And without a shadow of a doubt, bring Malcolm back.
I'm just saying, you talking, you know, I want you to give the correct information.
Dude, I'm 57 years old. I probably got mercury all in my mouth from damn fillings from years ago. I'm losing it, you know?
All right, well, peace to the chat. Thank you guys for joining us. If you're just getting here, we're just getting started. And let's get to it. Hit the button.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
All right, big news for today on a Thursday of all days, right? Hip-hop pioneer Afrika Bambaataa passed away today for some complications from cancer, I believe, is the official story. When you called me First you said you heard, and then you got the word from your official sources, and then little by little, I started seeing more and more people kind of post about it, and then it came out. So, yeah, big news, huge news, because a lot of people, if we're talking Frank here, a lot of people don't know how to feel, right? I'm seeing a lot of people either outright celebrate him, outright just shit on him, and then there are other people who are just going, yo, I grew up in hip hop. I grew up in a time where we did revere this man, but then there is, as I mentioned, there is a stinky elephant in the room that has to be addressed. And then there are people going, yo, like that is still there, but it's attached to these nostalgic feelings that I have about this culture that I love so much. And there are a lot of people who really don't know how to express it. So you either go in one way or the other. There are a lot of people who are kind of stuck in that middle ground going, again, I appreciate his contributions here, but the man himself, him, without the moniker, without the Afrika Bambaataa moniker, what he did in his private time was nasty. It was despicable. It was disgusting. So it is a weird day, to say the least.
Yes, Malcolm, is very weird for me. You just pretty much addressed the way I was feeling. I started to go live at 7 o'clock today and give you 2 hours of a download of how deep and intricate, multi-layered this is, and just run back right into our podcast. But I chose not to. And let me tell you why I chose not to. Because this man's body is not even cold yet, right? There are elders of the highest order who are in their emotions, and rightfully so, at the moment. They are in a tough place because they knew the man before the allegations and all of that came about. They knew the man that helped structure their reality. He is the codex of hip hop culture. He culturized it, right? And so while others have contributions here and there, he's the one who came and said, we gotta come together and use those components and work as one. And so I am personally in this book, Hip Hop Decoded, which a lot of Bambaataa's philosophy is in here, but there's a chapter in here called The Herc Gene, and it speaks of the hip-hop's essential rhythm codex. I'm from the Herc bloodline because Herc lived across the street and Cedar Park was in walking distance. So my introduction into hip-hop came by way of Herc, but in Bronx River, there are those who are on the Bam gene and the Flash gene and the Disco King Mario gene and the Breakout and Barry. And so I say all of that to say this. I'm always talking about us being spiritual beings having a human experience. Are you correct? Are you correct with that, right?
Yeah.
So I think people take for granted what I mean when I say that, right? And so you are not from here. You could have a spiritual mission to use gangs and change gang violence and insert a reality in the most desolate place in the world as a part of your spiritual mission. However, humanly, you suffer from the same temptations and, fears and consequences that everyone does. And your transgressions may be so bad that they outweigh your spiritual contributions. Right? So it becomes a question of, did his contributions outweigh the people that he hurt? So I decided to adhere to the eldership, to give them their moment. But I've been listening, Malcolm, and I'm only hearing the praise for Afrika Bambaataa. I have a serious problem with that, right? Sometimes it's not what you say that's important, it's what you don't say. There are legitimate victims. Let me hit this.
Allegedly.
Right? Not just the high profile victims like Ron Savage or Hassan Campbell, right? We know that. There were legitimate people who had legitimate griefs about being violated, right?
Right.
And no one, I haven't heard none of these elders at least say to the alleged victims, I hope you get a chance to heal. So I'm saying it now. You follow?
Yeah.
To all of the alleged victims, this may not be the closure that you wanted because Afrika Bambaataa never came forward to face anyone and look anyone in their eye and say, you're a liar. I did not do that. So what are we supposed to think? Am I correct?
Right.
So I'm saying to all the victims, I hope that there's healing in this process for you. And in saying that, I still will recognize the contributions that an individual like Afrika Bambaataa made, sort of like R. Kelly, the most brilliant R&B singer of our time. That is a spiritual thing. He was used as a vessel because he couldn't read and couldn't write. But his heart chakra, right, was open to write some of the most beautiful compositions you will ever hear. But he also had humanly transgressions of a lower nature and a lower vibration. And he's paying his price for that. I will not stop listening to his music. I can't. It's embedded in who I am. Planet Rock may be the most important hip hop song in history other than The Message. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My childhood was built around it. So I'm not going to get on a moral high horse and try to delete that from my childhood because then I'd have to delete all the files surrounding that shit. B-boying, breaking, spinning on my head, all that shit I used to do, right? I'm just saying none of us are perfect. And while you guys are putting this man on a pedestal, I only think it's fair that you recognize that there are victims that we're talking about whose lives, now, forget the victims directly that he may have touched. What about all of the other people who wanted to come out and speak their piece, not just with him? Let's look at the Epstein shit. Out of all of the files, not one person has been arrested. Just what message does that send? It sends a message that this shit is okay to be abused. It's okay to take advantage of people because no one is gonna suffer any consequences. Now, for Black people, right? We have been conditioned by sleazy uncles, aunts, boyfriends, stepdaddies, the list goes on, that we know and we look the other way and didn't say nothing and didn't protect the babies, right? So when something super tragic like the Epstein or the Diddy files come out or the Harvey Weinstein files, we don't react with uproar and in a protective state. And the babies and the victims are watching. And I give a lot of grace for a lot of things, just speaking for me personally. When it comes to babies and women and the abuse, I have no tolerance for. You know what I mean? You want to rob a bank, y'all hustling together, this, that, whatever. You groupies who are willing, who are adults, who want to, grown ass men who want to spread their ass cheeks for you. Beautiful. Because they have a choice in the situation, right? When you do not have a choice, or you take and use the power and responsibility that was given to you as a guardian of a culture that you're the architect of, to take advantage of those who are of lesser power than you, I have a problem with that. The reason your dad, Malcolm, is a part of none of those organizations, none of them, Zulu Nation, Temple, none of that shit, is because I want to be in a situation where when I'm faced with truth, I can speak the absolute truth and just deal with the consequences. Even the conscious community, when the shit started getting churchy and all that shit, I bounced. I do not work well with others who don't have a code of ethics of the highest order, or at least attempt to. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm far from it. But you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I respect a lot of these elders in the culture, but I don't get too close to them because they all live in a fucking lie. And a lot of them knew what was going on and they did fucking nothing about it. They felt that the structure of the reality that they were living within, which is the only thing that gave them purpose, was more important than protecting our future. You can't tell me you're the guardians of the culture of youth and this and that, and yet you know crimes were committed. No different than a mother who knew her husband was sleeping with her daughter and looked the other way. It's the same shit. Same shit when all of them people in Hollywood looked the other way when Harvey Weinstein was doing what he was doing, or all the ones who really know what Diddy has been doing and they doing like this. You got to live with that.
Yeah.
So I've been doing my best to give grace to the elders so they can have their moment to do what the fuck it is that they do. Yeah. But let's be honest and let's be clear about it. And I don't give a shit how y'all feel about me, because in my eyes, I've made a very small contribution to this culture, and I'm okay with that. Hip hop is about your personal expression. I didn't start no religion, no following. You don't see me trying to be on anybody's panels or be in anybody's museums. I don't do none of that. I move amongst the people and I use my voice for those who are in distance to hear it and feel that I have something to say about it. Now, remember, this book was written 20 years ago. There were no allegations about anything. There were some whispers about preference, and I have no problem with that. You like it, I love it. It wasn't until years later that I began to understand that this preference may have been of children who didn't have a choice in the matter. You follow?
Yeah, yeah.
And so I'm still gonna do an exclusive where I go way in on it, but these are my initial thoughts. So I will not say R.I.P. Afrika Bambaataa. I will say to the victims, I hope you get a chance to heal, and I will recognize contributions made by Afrika Bambaataa to a point. I'm not talking rap music. When it was hip hop culture, when it was peace, unity, love, and having fun. There was a period when this wasn't about money, this wasn't about corporations, this wasn't about agenda, this wasn't about pushing brands, this wasn't about a lot of these dudes being government informants, moving drugs. This was about none of that, just about the music and feeling that we belonged in the Boogie Down Bronx when all the buildings were burnt down. And it gave a voice to the voiceless, Malcolm. And I think I will digress there and say that's what it is.
No. When things like this happen, it reminds me of that Dave Chappelle special where the joke, I forget the setup, but the joke was he grapes, but he saves, right?
Yes.
And I believe he was talking about Bill Cosby in that sense. But it is a really interesting position to be in when, again, you could see how this person's contribution birthed something that has taken on a life way beyond them, but they were one of the ones at the genesis of it. So you're watching this, you probably were born into when hip hop was already in full swing. I was born in 93. It was already in full swing. Everything I've done or everything I've seen, like the music, the style of clothes, everything, how I talk with my friend, all of that stuff, hip hop, right? And it becomes one of these. It is a culture. So when one of the quote unquote forefathers passes, you go, wow, my life is the way it is. My life, the lens that I kind of see the world through is that of hip hop. And then again, the other side, you go, but he did some wow, right? And not just with black people, there are people in the white community, I'm sure, who have their person
of course
that has birthed something, right? And then you go back and go, wow, he did what? And I just gave the Bill Cosby example. So it is tough. And then I do hope people like Hassan came, because we know there were plenty of other alleged victims, but Hassan has been one of the loudest ones. He created an entire platform of just, it started out in the genesis, him in his car just talking, just giving it up, talking. That stirred a lot of issues on his end, and it's become something else. But hopefully he is able to kind of heal, because I'm sure the mental tax that has been on him for years, since what has happened to him to now, and then to know the person who victimized you is just outliving their life, right? And let's get it off Bam. Like, the person who probably victimized you is a famous person, is a revered person. Yes. What does that do to you? You know what I'm saying? What does that do to a psyche? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So now that person is not here, how now the healing process, it should start now. You know what I mean?
And it
in
may
a perfect
not
world
start the way you wanted it, because you want to face your accuser. But let me say this. One thing I really preach on this platform is, and people get on our case about it, is stop with the idol worship. The worst thing you can do sometimes is meet the people because they use that standard. And I wasn't hating on celebrities. I'm trying to convey these are people, and these people have dark sides. And King, how can you say the world? He did with his, but when we peel back the right, and he did, had transgressions. It's sort of like this dude, when you young and you don't know much, he's the coolest. And then you get older and find out he beat his wife. He was a womanizer. He was on drugs, and you go, damn, I didn't see all of that as a kid, right? And so this idol worship thing is very, very dangerous. You know what I mean? And I've spent my time, the little time that we have on this very little platform we have, saying, respect the work they do, but don't expect more than that. Because when you give the core of yourself up to somebody else, when they die, you die. Yeah. Hassan Campbell in particular found a voice, but over the years, do you know how many people have turned him into a running joke and a meme? This is an admitted sexual victim.
Mm-hmm.
And the jokes that come in show that we don't really care. And I know what people say, but he be online, this and that. I keep telling y'all, how people deal with their trauma is different on how you may deal with your trauma. You say, well, he kept going back. Do you know the definition of Stockholm Syndrome? Do you know how many victims wind up feeling for their accuser?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know the true definition of confirmation bias? You're going to see that in the next weeks dealing with Afrika Bambaataa. There are going to be so many people who just come up and tell you all of the great that he did. But they won't allow themselves to be honest with themselves and go, yeah, that, goddamn. You know what I mean? And that's all I'm saying. You could be great in one area and need grace in another. You know what I mean? And so we're in this weird space where they just dump the Epstein files or in your life and in your lap.
Yeah.
With enough for you to go, these people are horrific. This is worse than my worst nightmare, and yet not one person is getting arrested. Yeah. 85% of communication, nonverbal. What does this say to the many, many victims around the world? Forget the Bambaataa, not forget them, but that's a small drop in the bucket.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What about the people who, like you said, they seeing these people on TV every day, living their lives, and these people have destroyed their lives, and they're suffering no consequences. Now, I don't know what Bambaataa died from, but if it's rumored, right, and it eats at you, and look at the 50-year anniversary of his life in such a dark misery, he couldn't be celebrated. The 50th anniversary was his. It was when he was supposed to receive flowers. Him, this, that, and he had to remain in obscurity because he could not face the people that he harmed. He could not. Remember, there's another generation who don't know Afrika Bambaataa from Planet Rock and all of that. They just know from Hassan.
Yeah.
So to them, they could give two shits about party people, they're gonna get funky. They don't know none of that shit. Their DNA is not weaved into that shit. It's Hassan Campbell, and somebody did something to Hassan Campbell. You follow?
Yeah.
And in this social media era where that is happening, you know how the social media era is.
Yeah.
They're coming for blood.
Yeah.
You know?
All right. So
I don't see a glitch. Malcom,
me neither.
Glitching?
No, I don't see it on my end. I don't see it on my iPad.
I don't see it on my end either.
I don't see it on my phone. So
put a one up if we glitching, please. Because we want to make sure we get this thing right.
Yeah, let us know. Let us know. All right.
So,
all right, let's.
I
like how you kind of tied it in the bow. You want to recognize the contributions, but you also want to acknowledge.
Yes.
You know what I mean? The victims or the alleged victims. I don't know how. I don't want to
have to.
about it.
I can't sit up here and call myself Black Dot.
Yeah.
And not recognize that there are victims in place here. Yeah. They said we glitching.
So one means we glitching.
Probably because of what we're talking about.
Okay. All right. We're gonna keep going. All right. Hit the button.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
All right. So the big news that came out prior to this, Offset was in a casino at a in Hollywood, Florida. He got into a little kerfuffle, little altercation with another with a Bronx rapper, Lil TJ, and he ended up being shot as a result of that. Now, what I'm hearing that this all stemmed from a $10,000 debt that Offset had with Lil TJ because apparently the story is they ran into each other and Offset was in the casino damn near begging for money from anybody he could talk to. He's trying to get cash apps. Lil TJ sent him 5, then sent him another 5, and I guess he lost it. He wasn't trying to pay him back. And then Lil TJ made it a public thing on Instagram, like, yo, this nigga's not paying me back. He's broke. And then Offset said, come get it back in blood, essentially. I think that's what he told him exactly, as a matter of fact. Like, come get that back. So they meet each other. They kind of run into each other in Florida. Apparently, Lil TJ started the altercation. Offset put the beats on him. And then Lil TJ's man pulled out the joint, shot Offset. Now, Offset is fine. He was in stable condition. They said he was okay. Lil TJ just got out of jail. But what's come of this, because that was already like, wow news. But what's come of this is a lot of people have started exposing how bad Offset's gambling problems seem to be.
Yeah.
Like, apparently, like, he lives at the casino. He is running up crazy debts at the casino. He owes a bunch of people money. Des Bryant said he owes him $8,000. Like little strippers say that he owes them $5,000. Obviously, Lil TJ $10,000. DJ Academics, he released some text messages, some conversations from Offset and a hostess at a casino, and he told Offset, she told Offset, like, are you down $800,000? I need another 5 right now. Like,
Jeez.
Yeah, they said it's bad. The casino chartered a jet for Offset and go see your family. Like, that's how I don't know how it's got. Yeah,
Well,
it's crazy.
Mal, it's not just him. A lot of these celebrities,
Yeah.
some of them, my mom, cash, right?
Yeah.
Now, somebody like Michael, they can write checks and they can, get that. Making no hits like that no more. He has a bunch of rich friends, though. And rich friends will, in jest, hook you up. But once you go in debt, you stay in debt. That's how the mob gets involved, right? What happened?
We were glitching real bad, they said. Like, really, really bad.
Wow. Because I'm not glitching at all.
All right, what we're going to do, let's take a quick commercial break, and let's try to change some things, team.
Okay.
All right? We'll be right back.
Hello, wealthy family. This is Chanel, Ascending Infinite Goddess, your favorite angel oracle. When was the last time you had a spiritual tune-up or felt truly aligned? All my angel services, whether it's an oracle card reading, chakra balancing session, or even mental healing sessions, are a channel to help provide you assistance on your journey. Whether you're looking for clarity, balance, or just direction, your journey is always evolving with every intentional decision. Connect with me today. Visit my website, www.ascendinginfinitegoddess.com, to see all services and availability, or call or text me at 786-828-8722. I'm so grateful to continue to be a vessel assisting you on your journey. And until we connect again, stay alert, stay aware, and live in love. Peace.
All right, we're back. We tried to have our IT team, work on something real quick.
Yeah.
AKA cutting the Wi-Fi on then off. That takes a lot of work.
Yeah.
Guys.
We're gonna see how this thing works. But usually it's funny because when we glitch, I usually can see it on my end.
Same.
And I'm not seeing no glitching. And
Same.
so it just kind of it's throwing me off, guys.
Same. But we're back. Thank you guys for taking a quick commercial break. Somebody said, make Urban X Wi-Fi great again. Jay Nightmare, you're right. Listen.
Yeah.
We just talked about how...
Listen, we be on the Ethernet shit.
Yeah.
That be the crazy part. We be on the... We our shit in the wall. And it's crazy.
We were just talking about how far we've come. 544 episodes. And this is some episode 3 shit that's happening right now.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
All right. So, Offset has a gambling problem.
To reiterate...
And apparently he actually tried to take Cardi B and Stephon Diggs to court to contest the paternity of that baby because I think he was trying to get more child support.
He trying to say now that's his baby.
Yeah.
He doing reverse nigga shit. Usually niggas is like denying the baby. He like, that's my baby.
Yeah.
Go ahead, test it. So he's ass backwards. But that's what got his man killed.
Gambling, yes.
Gambling,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
He
wasn't gambling. Takeoff wasn't gambling, but yeah.
But
yeah,
I'm saying the consequences of these actions.
True that.
You always around gamblers. You around hustlers. Your man James Harden and them had to testify against Big U and niggas on some gambling shit, right?
True.
And so a lot of this is what these athletes do to pass the time. Chauncey Billups got arrested the first game of the season.
That's right. Yeah.
For funny gambling tables and shit with cameras and you the only fish at the table and everybody suckering you in and shit. This is a conspiracy.
Yeah.
And he gonna find himself in big trouble because, Cardi B, they said her credit card was stolen and somebody got her for 60 grand.
Oh, geez.
I don't want to say who might be a suspect. It might be that nigga.
Yeah. Yeah.
He know her numbers and PIN numbers and shit. He used to date her. 60 grand missing all of a sudden. Yeah, I bet it is.
Yeah. Run where that card went. I bet it's at a casino.
Or close by.
I don't know, man. I'm not rich enough because if I lose that amount of money, I jump somewhere. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Bro.
800,000.
I go to the casino with $250.
You know what I'm saying? That's
and
it.
I have an agreement with wifey.
Yeah.
After this, it's over. We get there, and them old people, they give them a voucher, and them old people be at the bus stop waiting to go home 4 hours before the bus leaves. They be on the penny machines and shit. Now for them, they just having fun, you know. One of my, and I told Mom and Doc this, one of my bucket list things is I'm gonna walk through that casino one day and see them old grandmas waiting for the bus, and I'm gonna slide each one of them $20 and say, go on back down there, Grandma, and see if you. Thank you, Sonny. I appreciate. I'm feeling like a winner now. I'm feeling like a winner because I be feeling sad for them and shit. So no, I'm not a big gambler.
Yeah. Me neither. So just
side note, he got shot in his ass, right?
That happened. Yes, that happened.
On some Boogie Down Bronx shit. Niggas is like, fuck is you playing for?
Yeah.
Clap that up, niggas. Bronx don't play.
Yeah.
Don't max is up, nigga.
Yeah.
Fuck you playing for? Thank you for the super chats.
Yes, and the people who complain about the glitch, we apologize, but we tried. We don't have.
Yeah.
We're not starting this over either. I'm sorry.
No, that's not happening.
We cooked.
It's just gonna be one of them shows.
That's it. Yeah, it's cool, guys. It's cool. All right, so let's get to some more stuff. Hit the button.
You're listening to the sounds of Urban X.
All right, Kanye now. Sticking with music, sticking with earthly, spiritual beings having earthly experiences. So Kanye apparently is being banned from entering the UK. Now this is as a result of Wireless Fest and all these sponsors pulling out of the Wireless Fest due to them having Kanye being on it. Wild. Again, we talked about the Epstein files. We talked about what's happening in the world, and for Kanye to be the one that is banned from getting anywhere, I think that shows we have our priorities a little out of whack here. Just saying.
Agreed. And shameless plug, we just did an Urban exclusive.
It was good.
Basically called We Are at War or something to that effect, where we go in depth to the war that's taking place between corporations
and Kanye.
And not just Kanye, how corporations are used for you to sell your sovereignty to them so that you have an alliance to them as a corporation than opposed to yourself. How did they destroy hip hop? Hip hop at one point was the voice of the people, right? When an artist spoke, they were speaking legitimately. And so they said, let's give all of them deals, endorsement deals. And the fine print of the endorsement deal is you go sold all your rights. And now you have no rights whatsoever because you're not going to blow that money. Yeah. So you sold yourself out. So a lot of them, again, we talked about, they understand the SA situation. They understand trafficking. They understand organ harvesting. They understand a dream. They know all of that stuff because a lot of them have seen it and witnessed it, but they can't say nothing because they sold their soul to a corporation. You follow?
Yeah.
What Kanye is demonstrating is you don't need the corporations. And that's the scary part for them because the people have spoken. 80,000 with no corporate backing, not one night, 2 nights.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so we went into the whole Christ energy thing. If you remember, go check it out because we went really, do you know Billboard changed the way they count sales because of his album?
Yeah. Because he was going to be number one.
Their whole algorithm so that his album would not peak at number 1. That's crazy.
Did you also hear about just Billboard? It's been, I think, 9 months since a rap song has hit the top 10.
Yes.
And the last one was Drake's What Did I Miss?
Yes.
Ironic
Absolutely.
enough.
And that's systematically, removing hip hop now. It's systematically using real numbers and fake numbers can move that shit into obscurity.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so there is a war, a corporate war going on where Pepsi is appalled that Kanye had freedom of speech to say what he wanted to say, but they're not appalled about the other drug dealers that they endorse or the ones who, they're not appalled by any of that. Yeah. But because he spoke his mind, they're appalled.
Right.
The hypocrisy in all of this, because what did Kanye do? He told you what they was going to do because they are the only ones who had the power to do it. And they said, you are anti-Semitic. And then they turned around and did everything he said they was fucking going to do. They're going to take my money. They're going to use the media. They're going to cut me out of here.
They're gonna try to call me crazy.
They're gonna try to call me crazy.
Yeah.
And they're actually trying to bully him. Yes. Pun intended?
Yeah.
And there are places in the country that are saying, we ain't with all that. Come over here and speak your piece and allow your art to be your artillery to fight against all of this injustice going on in the world while we're simultaneously fighting a war against good and evil. Corporations rule everything around me. Cream, get the money.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So, and that's not putting Kanye on a pedestal. It's just showing you in real time what's going on.
All right.
Yes.
So
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
So for the people watching live, apparently somebody has come up with a trick. Pause us for a little bit and then press play. And apparently there's no lag that way. I don't know, guys. I don't know. But shout out to the people who are trying to figure it out, and shout out to the people who are listening right now. If you're listening, just through the audio podcast, you hearing it fine. So we appreciate you.
Yeah.
We appreciate you.
And I promise, whatever it is, we're gonna figure it out.
We always do. We always do. And that exclusive is up in the membership right now. You can go check it. It is there as we speak. I got it up early.
Nice.
So go check that out. All right. So let's get to some more stuff.
Nice.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
Yo, what do you think about the Artemis 2, the space shuttle going to the moon? Because it's a weird thing. I keep hearing, like, as they talk about it, they keep saying stuff, not realizing what they've said and what they've taught over years. They're going, now, this is gonna be the first time to the moon. Somebody slipped up and said that the first time man has been to the moon, and then people are going, no, they mean the other side of the moon. They didn't mean that.
Yeah.
Or they go, oh, this is the furthest that a human being has ever been from the planet Earth. And everybody's like, wait, I thought we got to the moon. No. They're taking a different route
and all that old
to the moon. So they technically are going further. And I'm just like, I don't know.
We don't believe you. You need more people.
Yeah.
And just look at the response. The people who could give less than two shits.
That's a
because
fact.
we know it's bullshit.
Yeah.
Point blank. We know it's some bullshit.
Yeah.
If you could go around the moon, land on that bitch. You feeling froggy, leap.
Yeah, they taking pictures with iPhone 17.
Yeah, and all that old stupid shit. Yeah, fuck
yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Which brings me to a dad joke, Malcolm.
Oh,
right?
God.
I went to a satellite wedding, right? The wedding was terrible, but the reception was great.
That joke hit a little too close to home because our reception apparently isn't great.
No, well, just saying. Yeah. And we rolled right into it. We were talking about iPhones, satellites.
It's hitting too close to home right now.
Yeah.
It's hitting too close to home. Did you see the new iPhone Fold? By any chance?
Yes. And in September, I sent you a piece. They rolling out a whole bunch of new stuff. Yeah. So I know you wanted to get a new computer. You might have to wait till September because they rolling out the eyeglasses, all AI, iPhone flips, and a lot of stuff. So
yeah,
Yeah,
I guess I'll wait. But apparently, that iPhone Fold is gonna be like $2,000. They're bugging.
No, but they're gonna get you with the trade it in. We're gonna give you a credit, and you know what it is.
They're bugging.
Man. Yeah,
they're bugging. All right. Somebody said, I don't believe that crap. I'm probably talking about the moon stuff.
Yeah.
So, Diddy. Now, apparently he was appealing. He was making his argument today that the freaky video arrested for, all that freaky stuff was his First Amendment right to do so, and that him being that's an interesting argument.
Yeah, because what he's shit.
Yeah.
And these videos were not for anyone to see but us, which included costumes, makeup, and we were masquerading because remember, he beat all the major charges.
Yeah.
And they just basically charged him with being a freak. And so his appeal, we still waiting. I mean, I don't know if they got to now deliberate on it, but his ass could be home having dinner. The Don is back. Hey, the Don is back. Hey. I want to say I love all of you guys. None of you guys snitched. Huh? Nobody got pinched. I went away for a little minute. I'm back and back in the fold. And people got on my case. Are you support? No, I'm just telling you, if he comes out tomorrow, he gonna go shave, turn his hair black, get trimmed up. He got money somewhere, and he's gonna hit the party circuit, and all of them same people gonna be back around him, presenting him with a bottle of champagne. Hey, while you was away, notice that we didn't say nothing. Usher, the other day, what'd he say? I have nothing bad to say about P. Diddy. He's a great man, right? Because he probably got wind, nigga coming home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, it is what it is.
That'd actually be insane. So, I'm kind of seeing it on my end too now, Pops. I'm not gonna lie to you. So then the next commercial we're gonna take, we're gonna flip the Wi-Fi twice.
And we're gonna flip it to the Ethernet and see what's good.
Yeah.
So let's do that now, Mama Dot. Line us up.
All right, we'll take another quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
Is better than yours. I guarantee it. Let me tell you why my membership is better than yours. How you get them Patreon memberships, they charge you $5, and then they have an upscale and they charge you $10, and then for 2 more videos, they charge you $25. Mentioned in the video, blah, 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 they charge you $40. And it's the same content over and over. That's not what our membership is about. Our membership is about community. You want to learn about mushrooms, the medicinal, and the psychedelic aspect? Well, Darren LeBaron, the fun guy, get it? Fun guy has some courses inside for you to study. You want to change your eating habits and try to be more healthy. Well, our sister, Abundance Child, is going to teach you some vegetarian options. See, this is not just about us. You want to learn about spirituality. Our brother Oba is going to show you the basics all the way to advanced classes dealing with spirituality with a glass of water and a candle, and it just goes on and on and on. You want to learn about geometria to see how the system of all of this craziness is working and the numbers and how they all come together. Our brother Ani Asuru takes you through those paths. We give it all to you. We have a morning meetup every Sunday at 11 where the community comes together, and all we do is teach and help each other get through so many issues. You want to learn how to print t-shirts? You want to learn how to publish books? You want to learn how to run a membership? Well, me, Malcom, and Mama Dot have a full, extensive course, step by step, to teach you how to do all of these things for $10. $10. That's it. You can cancel anytime. There's no upscaling. It's $10. How about classic lectures from the Black Dot? It's in there. 20 years of lectures. Me traveling the country with award-winning Hall of Fame rock and roll member Professor Griff going through. How about classes? I got some hip-hop decoded classes. That you need to be teaching classes. Well, it's in the membership. We have tons and tons of stuff. We have exclusives where me and Malcom go through many interviews. We give it all up. Did I say how much the price was? $10. All right, you can cancel at any given time. This is what we're talking about in our membership. And this is why our membership is better than yours. I guarantee it. Click the link below, sign up, and let's get busy. Peace. I'm out of here.
All right, we're back. How we looking? Oh my God, dude.
That's me. My bad.
Hit a 1 in the chat. How we looking, guys? How are we looking?
Yeah, I think it's a YouTube thing. I'm gonna be honest because no, it's us. You know it's us, the Cold Crush. You know it's us.
Okay.
We paid the bill, yes. Just making sure. We got Ethernet connection. We're not supposed to have no droppage.
Yeah, I don't know, bro.
Jeez.
I don't know. But as you heard from that commercial, if you were watching just now, our membership is better than yours. So go check us out, urbanx.nyc, $10 a month. Somebody was in the comments, said, yo, I haven't seen this in a while. Last time, y'all fancy now. Yes, it does look amazing. Go check that out. All right.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get to some more stuff, man.
All right, we're going to have to cut this short eventually.
Okay. All right. Sadly.
Because we glitchy, you know?
Yeah, we got to figure something out, guys. I hate, and you know what it is, because we do this show live, right? We don't do it pre-recorded, so it feels like we get one shot a week to make sure we have a solid show for the people. When we don't, it is annoying.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
It does
kind of mess now I'm glitching.
Yeah, it messes with the morale here. Yeah.
Yep. So, guys, give us grace. Maybe we'll do an impromptu on tomorrow or Saturday or something.
Whoa.
Okay, well, just saying, maybe an impromptu tomorrow to kind of finish up if we get the signal.
Somebody said blow in the Ethernet connector.
That's
this is Sega Genesis.
Yeah. Space Invaders and shit.
Yeah. Jesus.
Yep.
You know what it was? It was everybody on YouTube trying to go live tonight to talk about the Afrika Bambaataa stuff at the same time. That's what I think. That's what I think. Everybody is stealing bandwidth. That's what I think, guys.
I gotta figure this out because now I'm annoyed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh wait, people say no glitch through the commercial. I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah. All right, let's do one more story. Then.
Let's go for it.
Do one more story. Hit the button.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
So, New York, I think the New York Post put up a story the other day that in December, all men ages eligible from 18 to 25 will automatically be entered into a draft pool to make things kind of more streamlined. However, I know for a fact, as soon as you turn 18, you have to register for selective service anyway.
Right.
And especially if you are go to college and you're getting a federal loan, you have to do that anyway. So I don't know why that was news. I don't know why they're trying to get the draft into our lexicon as we're in the thing of war. Like they're trying to make it more of a bigger thing than it actually is. That shouldn't be news.
Exactly. That's what's going on. So that it becomes a part of your understanding when they come scoop your ass up, that you know what it is. You know what I mean? Because like you said, that's selective service.
And y'all was teasing me a couple weeks ago because I'm like, yo, what's up with it? Like, oh my gosh. And everybody's like, that's not going to happen. I don't know now.
I don't know. But then by the time they get to guys your age, bro, the shit start thinning out. You know what I mean? Because you niggas got families and y'all niggas on drugs.
I have just like this weird knee pain since I turned 30. Like it just happened. Yeah. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Like it's just there now.
You better have more than that, motherfucker. Better have more than that. And put it in the record. Put it in the records.
I'm saying it now. I'm saying it out loud. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Somebody said, Malcom, I didn't see my email about the change password, so the link expired. I will send it again. Send your email again. I will send it back out to hook you up. All right. Somebody said speak on Melania. So Melania apparently spoke on her relationship or lack thereof with Jeffrey Epstein, even though in the emails clearly states that he introduced her to Trump, and the first time even Trump hit that was on Epstein's jet, I believe.
Yeah, and there's a picture of her cozying up with Epstein on some, intimate shit. Dude, this shit is a mess.
Come on.
But we don't care because we're appalled by Kanye West or whatever it is that's you're in your feelings about right now. It's crazy. And it's funny because she's like the most obscure first lady I've ever seen. The bitch ain't got no causes. She ain't trying to help kids or, the environment. All the first ladies got a pet, project. Hey, first lady, what are you doing there? Well, I'm here to save the kids. She ain't got shit. She just be there like this. So I don't know. I don't know what her energy is or what she's about,
Yeah. So.
And I do know, come on, she used to live that life though, son. She was dripper.
Yo, me and Avery we were watching something like recently, and it was a young Trump and a young Melania. I was like, yo, that's Melania. Like, I forget what we were watching, and it was showing just kind of how, like, she's been around for a long time. Like, you don't realize it.
Bro, Trump, you know why people like Trump? He a hustler. He bagged a stripper. She's a stripper from Russia or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? He hang out at all the parties. He was getting it popping. Yeah. And he kept his word. He said, yo, I'm going to clear these streets up, build a wall, whatever. These niggas out of here.
He caved on that Iran deal thing, though.
Oh, see, you know what that's about? He keep setting deadlines and new deadlines. Every time he sets a deadline, they said the oil prices drop. So people who are buying are cashing in. And then when he extended, the oil prices go back up. You see what I'm saying?
That's a pump and dump scheme.
It's a pump and dump, and that's what he's doing.
Okay.
So don't get caught into these deadlines. And the Iranians is like, yo, we not opening up that waterway, yo.
The Strait of Hormuz, I
the
believe
Strait
it's called.
of Hormuz, whatever you call it, say we ain't opening that. So, and he was talking about ending civilizations just a week ago. Now that's the most gangster shit I've ever heard.
Like,
most
seriously,
presidents don't say that. They say, well, he said, yo, I'm going in, I'm gonna end a whole race of niggas.
Yeah.
You don't open up the Hamas, nigga. So we need that oil. You know what I mean? I tried to be nice, give you niggas some democracy. Y'all say y'all didn't want the democracy. Now I'm coming in, and because 9 times out of 10, as my man will be on the internet, 9 times out of 10, we're gonna go through and we're gonna blow that up. Your whole civilization gonna be gone. 9 times out of 10.
Now, the most gangster thing I've ever heard from like any political military guy. Remember that guy? He did a speech and he said, "You go against the American military, somebody else will be raising your sons."
Yes.
I said, "Ooh."
Yeah.
I was ready to join. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Side note, did you hear about the technology that he used to find that downed pilot? Remember, one of our pilots was on a mission and his plane was down, and the way they found him was using his heartbeat.
A satellite in space, right?
Yes. So everybody's heartbeat has a specific rhythm to it. They calibrated to this nigga's heartbeat and found his ass.
Now, listen, guys. So are you guys not tired of them giving you a problem, right? Giving you a problem over here and then telling you that they have some technology that can solve that problem, but they act like we shouldn't be the ones putting 2 and 2 together. So you can find somebody's heartbeat from space, right? But you have a problem looking for these pedos and
exactly. How, Sway? Right? Now, the fact that a satellite from space, which means that when your heartbeat, the shit don't stop, it reverberates and keeps going. And when I said that to people, that you yourself are a walking series of harmonics, right? Hip hop collectively was a harmonic frequency that we all had. The way we walk, the way we talk, the way we did the beats, and it reverberated far beyond your wildest dreams. Every signature about you is unique to you. This is how you continue to go on through multi-dimensions. It's a frequency, and that frequency may manifest itself different in different worlds. You may be a fucking pigeon in one world based on the frequency. Dude, this shit gets deep. They got technology. I wish I had the name of it. I sent it to you, though.
Yeah.
Where they was like, we knew his heartbeat and we located him.
That's crazy.
Wow. So you may know all of our heartbeats and we, so you can't find these kids? Can't find these kids? Nah, son.
Come on.
Nah, son.
Come on.
Nah, son.
Come on, man. That was crazy.
You're listening to the sounds of Urban X.
Y'all all right?
Y'all all right?
Y'all all right. All right, let's get to some more stuff. Social media. We've been talking about the effects of social media has been having on our brains. I was talking to you guys before before the show even started, just about how mentally taxing it can be to go from story to story. Like, social media is now all of them, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels. They are designed to keep you scrolling up, right? To keep you scrolling, to keep you engaged on the platform. But the problem is now that it's not really social media anymore. It's interest media. And these algorithms are trying to do, they're trying to serve you a bunch of different content to see what you stick to. And then it can kind of feed you more of that. Now, the problem with that is you're getting so much stuff. So you're getting fitness stuff, you're getting baby stuff, you're getting parent stuff, you're getting drama, you're getting rap stuff, you're getting political issues, you're getting all of these things, and what that does, it works, it fires off so many different parts of your brain that it leaves you exhausted.
Yes.
Right? And it leaves you also
cognitively,
exhausted, right? And it also leaves you very, very addicted. And apparently social media is more addictive than alcohols and cigarettes, according to some researchers. It's crazy.
Yes. And there are parents now suing Meta and other companies because they knew this before they unleashed it onto the public. That's why their kids don't be on it.
Yeah.
Right? They made that clear to you. Right? But yet our children are engaged because this is all about attention, Malcolm.
Mm-hmm.
This is all about owning your attention so that you don't figure out that we're being screwed on this planet. That's what every baseball game you go to, every album you listen to, every movie is to rob you of something and place something there which provides temporary relief. That is it.
Yep.
How do so few control so many? Because everyone is running around on a goddamn hamster wheel. I got to get to work, man. Oh, did you hear about that shit? Oh, them kids, blah, 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 blah. And just keep you on a hamster wheel where 5 years go by, 10, 60. Next thing you know, you're an old person and you've done nothing and you have nothing.
Yo, I saw this, one of like the most clever internet skits I've seen in a long time. It was boardroom, people in the boardroom. They said, yo, we are going to bomb the U.S., right? Like now, let's think of somewhere we can bomb. They said California, L.A. And he said, and restart their housing market? Absolutely not. That'll just help them. All right, how about Wall Street? And he said, and restart everybody's financial system? Why would we do that? I'm not going to do that. Like, and everywhere they named what they bombed, it would actually help America in a really weird way.
Yes.
And then he said, yo, the American government is so clever, man, because they do all the dirt to their own country. That way, if we try to do worse, it actually helps the people there.
Yep.
And that was one of the, I got to send it to you. It's one of the most clever skits I've seen in a really, really long time.
Yeah.
But it's true. Like, think about it. If they would have really, let's say there's no casualties, but if they would have really just blow up Wall Street, the stock market, and wipe out everybody, like, what would that do for you? You know what I'm saying? Like, how would that, yo, this housing market or this stock, gas, like,
it would be a total reset and everyone would be on even keel. They can't have that.
Interesting.
Yeah. And now, speaking of that, Fannie Mae and a few of them other housing companies are now going to count your rental payments as a form of credit.
Oh.
I think that's a great thing, Malcolm, because you could be in an apartment paying $2,000 that you've been paying for 5 years, showing that you are responsible, and you're trying to say, I can't get a home for the same price.
Yeah.
Right? And so for those who are renters, now, as long as you keep your receipts and you pay your rent on time, this is a great reference for those who want to own. First of all, you never really own a home. You know, you know what I mean? You in it, and it's got some amenities to it. You don't own the land. These motherfuckers made all this shit clever. You could own the house, but don't pay the property tax. Nigga, you don't own the land. We take the house. Wait, what? I paid for the house, right? Yeah. So, landlord, nigga, he owns this land. What?
Yeah.
What? How can you just own land? That means I could go somewhere and see some dirt and go, I own this right here. You can build on it.
They're air rights.
Air rights. How about that?
You can't even build your
floor to the ninth floor.
Yeah.
Yeah. What they call it, domain, some shit domain where, you know, you can't build in certain places because now you blocking a landmark, eminent domain and all that crazy shit. How do you own air?
Yeah, that's
space?
crazy.
See, these jaywalkers, they figure all that shit out. So the augmented glasses that are coming out, you could be walking around and see Macy's, right? The store, but your augmented store can be right above Macy's. And you can virtually walk into my store and purchase shit in midair. Nigga, my store is there, but it's not there. Like, where are we going with this?
Yeah.
Where are we going? All right.
We're doing all right.
You are tuned into the
All
sounds
right. I mean, you know.
of Urban X.
What you have up? Oh, Universal Music Group. I saw this. It is it might be sold for I think $64 billion is the price tag on that.
Yes.
I did see this. It's I forget the guy's name. He's trying to merge both companies.
And
right?
so again, and I bet you BlackRock own that shit. So the merge, and they said something about Spotify will be sold. And it'll be $889 million surplus that goes to all the artists. But of course, only the major artists, the ones whose catalogs are big, will be in a position to get that. And it's unrecoupable, so the labels can't get it. So that may be a small token of something that works to the artist effect. But the consolidation continues. Right?
Yeah.
The consolidation fucking continues. That's all
Yeah,
it
it's
means.
Bill Ackman, Pershing Square. He's trying to buy Universal Music Group and like combine it and everything. Yep.
For $64 billion.
God damn.
God damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys,